night. Sun shines or sleep that night. With every starlight blowing in the air. Hold on, let me inside your tears. I'm gonna hold you, just be with you.
I didn't mean to say forever. I'm sorry. Come back, please.
The future has drifted off course. Our children are making the wrong decisions. This generation is a failure. Tide pods, fidget spinners, Jake Paul, school shootings, and making success off the internet and not in the real world. What happened to the good old days, where the young made struggle, true struggle, to make success, huh? We're here to change that. This generation won't change its ways willingly. It must be done by force. And those who have escaped, even my son Butters, will be severely punished. This generation does not know a true and firm and guiding hand. But it will soon, because the old ways of parenting are back, and it has no choice but to come back by force.
Oh, hamburgers.
According to our intelligence of the P.D.S,
they're raiding homes, taking children and brainwashing them into mindless drones. They even killed a kid trying to help everyone escape. Funny thing is, this young man died near the forest right next to Stark's Pond. If he died in the forest, then that would be something we like to call down the office a Logan Paul. I'm just kidding, we like to have fun here.
Oh, maybe we should just surrender, guys. This seems too much for us to handle. If we turn ourselves in, maybe the P.D.S will go easy on us. Especially my dad.
You gonna pissy out on us, Butters? Our generation fought long and hard to be where it is right now. And I'll be damned if Cal's mom, that big fat bitch, screws it up for us. Oh, and fuck Jake Paul. Nobody in this town likes him anyway.
Besides, add more to the point, the people who created the P.D.S are most likely hopped up on member berries, with them remembering the days when the parents weren't so liberal to the kids. 'Cause in this generation, there are not that many families left where they're dicks to the kids these days. Power corrupts, and it's corrupted your dad, Butters. That's why he grounds you a lot, because he doesn't know how to parent a kid properly. Besides, the P.D.S are actually terrorists, and are on the wrong side of the law because they started an armed conflict with the police and the military. If we beat them, Butters, then your dad goes to jail, and he will never ground you again.
Well, if my dad was here, he would say that you're putting ideas in my head.
Well, your dad's a cunt. So...
We need to talk.
I guess there's no avoiding this, isn't there?
Nope.
Wendy, I'm sorry. I didn't know that my mom was gonna...
No, shut up. No, shut the fuck up, Kyle. You're not making up any speeches to get out of this one. I'm talking. Now, I know you don't have anything to do with Stan getting killed by your mum, and he was your best friend, and you would never do that to him. And you're not your parents, so I'm not angry with you entirely, Kyle. I'm just angry with your fucking family.
My family?
Yep, and I'll tell you why. Grab a seat, Kyle, because I'm going to tell you a story. Call Girl's origin story. That's right. Everyone knows all the Freedom Pals' origin stories, except for mine. And there's a reason I never told it, because it involves me getting manipulated, played, and hurt and it's really painful for me to recall it all, especially now. So listen carefully, because I'm only going to tell you this once, and after that, I'm going to give you a choice.
What choice?
You'll see. Let's turn back the clock to 2016. A long time ago, a disgusting, offensive, and twisted and evil online troll named SkankHunt42 appears one day and starts causing havoc in the school, saying offensive words about the girls in the school and uploading edited photos of those girls' mothers with dicks in their mouths.
Wendy, I'm sorry that my dad...
Shh! SkankHunt42 pretends to be one of the boys from the school and starts trolling the school message board, triggering every girl in the school. The boys didn't know what was going on, and yet they were getting the blame for the trolling, Stan included. Then, one day, the girls had enough and bands together against the boys. They start by breaking up with them, showing them that they weren't messing around. I heard stories from some of the boys about what happens when I break up with him, Kyle. He lays in his bed, feeling like his chest hurts, that his heart feels like it's sinking, and he feels broken inside. He doesn't cry, he doesn't beat himself up. He feels empty, broken, and he hurts inside. That's what your dad did to him, Kyle. Your fucking dad made me hurt the one boy that ever truly loved me.
I'm sorry.
Shh. It was everything Skankhunt wanted. Then one day, after the whole troll trace incident, evidence got leaked that SkankHunt42 was none other than Kyle's dad. The girls and the boys realized it was no one's fault, that it was an adult all along. And both sides wake up and realize that they were played into some sick and twisted game, and thus the gender war ended.
I don't blame you, and I wasn't going to protect my dad after all he did.
And for that reason is why we didn't beat you up there and then, Kyle. The girls and the boys all came together in the gym to sign a peace treaty, stating that no troll should ever be considered that he or she is speaking on behalf of whatever gender group they're in. That's when Wendy realizes what she had done to Stan. But before she could find him and apologize to him, she gets this. She was scared to open it at first, after all that's happened. But when she did, it said, after all that's happened, he still loved her. Then she eventually finds him, and they got back together again. And they swear to let no one manipulate their relationship ever again. But then, she wonders, what if there's more people like Skankhunt out there? What if there could be more internet trolls attacking and bullying people? That's when she's opened up to a new side of social media, and sees the damage it could do, especially from her own experience. And that's when she decides to become a superhero. She became Call Girl, and defended the innocent both in real life and online. And she and Stan lived happily ever after. That was until fast forward to 2018.
Huh. That's strange. It's already detected threats coming underneath the town.
We should check it out. It's why we built this computer in the first place. It had to take him a near-death experience for him to be able to kiss me without vomiting. Did you know that? Did you know what I'm going through right now, Kyle? Huh? Do you?
Winnie, I'm sorry. No, please. I didn't know my mom was behind all of this. I swear. I didn't know she was gonna kill Stan. You think I wanted him dead? He's my friend. Why would I do that?
Shut up! Apparently your family has a habit of interfering with my life, especially my relationship with Stan. So let me ask you this. Are you going to get in my way?
What are you talking about?
I plan on going back to South Park, and I'm going to make your mum pay for taking Stan away from me. I'm going to beat that fat fucking bitch to an inch of her life and make her pay for what she took from me.
What?
I know she's your mum, and you still love her despite what she's doing. But I'm sorry, Carl, there's no saving her. Here's the ultimatum. If you get in my way, you go down with her too.
No, please, let me talk to her. I know I can convince her to stop. I did it when she was doing Mothers Against Canada. Well, kinda. I could do the same again, just please. I know I can get through to her to convince her to surrender and stop this whole P.D.S bullshit and answer for what she's done. Please, give me a chance. Don't do it for me. Do it for Stan. Please.
Alright, you got 5 minutes.
10.
9.
Deal.
Fuck. Fine. 9 minutes. But not a minute more, you got that?
Yes. Thank you.
Don't make me regret this.
Jesus, Joe. When I lost Nessie, I too went on a quest of revenge. But seeing Wendy going through the same thing I went through?
Yeah, holy shit.
I mean, after I lost her, I just felt like a part of me died that day. And I never dated again after that. Because it'd be too painful for me, because it would remind me too much of her. I'm worried she's gonna go down the same road I'm on. Crying in the corner sometimes, always sometimes feeling dead inside, feeling depressed, carrying around a locket of Stan to remind her of him. I was hoping something like this would never happen again, let alone to anyone else in my family. And now this just makes me even more depressed.
Holy shit.
What?
I just completed my analysis of the digital copy of the Necronomicon that we got from the Goth kids for our research into Kenny's netherborn abilities.
Joe, now is not the time.
Just look.
Holy shit.
Told you.
Who the fuck is this?
Hi, yes, my name is Sharon. I'm Toolshed's mother.
Oh, are you calling about his funeral? 'Cause you missed it. We also know you're with the fucking P.D.S. He was your son, for crying out loud.
I'm sorry, I didn't know all of this was gonna get Stan killed. I only joined because I wanted to do something about the school shootings.
Yeah, well, you should have thought more about what you were getting yourself into.
I know, I'm sorry. Listen, I want to help. I'm switching sides. I don't want to be a part of this, especially with what happened to Stan. Listen carefully.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Everyone, shut the fuck up!
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome, babe.
Yes, we have new intelligence than the P.D.S. Monsieur, if you be so kind.
Thanks to intel provided by Stan's mom, we have vital information that the police and the military can use to take back the town. So why don't we just give it to the adults?
We can't do that, guys. Why the fuck not? Because at 9:30 a.m. this morning, President Garrison announced that he's going to be sending in troops in South Park to kill everyone, even the hostages.
How do you know?
He said it right here in his Twitter. I don't have time to deal with every terrorist that wants to make a name for themselves. As far as intelligence goes, we all know that they're brainwashing people in that town. So as far as I'm concerned, we can't save them. Because they're all hostiles now. We'll be sending in our troops in 2 days from now in the afternoon to retake the town. And take down this STD force or whatever the fuck they call themselves. STD force. And take down this STD force, wherever the fuck they call themselves, before they have a chance to expand out of South Park. And if push comes to shove, we'll nuke it. Because there's only one motto we follow, and that's... And then everyone else tweeted after him, fuck them all to death.
We have to do something, guys. They're gonna kill them.
Intelligence or not, I don't think Mr. Garrison really cares. We go in, rescue the hostages before the army kills them, get them all out. But how are we gonna get them all out? There's so many of them. And they've got guns and tanks. How are we gonna beat that?
I actually thought of that, and I've come up with a plan. Some time ago, I recently purchased the salvage rights to an alien spacecraft that crashed into Stark's Pond, and I've been breaking it down and analyzing it to perfect my own technology. such as advanced ion thrusters, energy weapons, energy shields. I've been ordering parts online to help create small but very powerful energy shields that can help us protect us from heavy rounds, like the ones the P.D.S are using.
Did you use Amazon to get your components?
Nah, mate, eBay. After what happened with the fulfillment center, it was probably best I ordered most of my components from eBay from now on. The rest I can easily fabricate myself.
Smart move.
The shields can withstand 150 heavy shots. After that, you'll need to take cover, but that's okay. The delay is only 2 seconds and they have a 5-second fast recharge. That's 7 seconds overall waiting for the shields to come back up. And it won't hurt you when you get shot. It'll only feel like a tap. What happened to Shed won't happen to us.
Well, that's good. We can work with that. But what about the tanks?
I'll get to that in a minute. So, the other piece of technology I developed is transporter technology. And I've also managed to build a massive transporter pad here at the Memorial Base. But I've constructed a very basic targeting system on the device. That's why I haven't used it yet, and it will take too long to build an advanced targeting system that can tell the difference between civilian and P.D.S at long range. And by the time I do, it would already be too late.
So it's fucking useless.
Not entirely. We can use these transporter relay beacons to home in on a group of 30 people, max. It'll only lock onto the beacon and the life forms in the beacon's signal range, but it won't tell the difference between friend or foe at that range. Sorry, but that's all the best I can do.
Another thing you should know, guys. When we go in there, Kyle's mum is mine.
No argument here, girlfriend.
Hold on. This sounds like a plan from Star Trek Beyond.
Yeah, but since we don't have any other way of getting those people out of South Park, then I'm afraid that this is the best option available to us.
Not entirely. I know a crazy drummer band that I did a story on for Super School News, who owns a fleet of trucks we can borrow. And they're crazy as shit balls enough to drum into a hostile terrorist situations. They said they owe me a favor, so I'll go and cash it in.
Well, that's great, because there was a 60% chance that we were going to be able to get those beacons to the people. Now you've increased it to 89.
Well, that's good, but again, what about the tanks?
Well, even with the Lemobile's battle mode, I think I would have my hands full, and we would drag too much attention fighting all of them at once. But the military have a squad of tanks on standby to provide cover fire if they want to send in troops in. If we can convince the adults to help, then they can keep the tanks busy.
But how are we going to convince the adults to help?
I can convince them to help.
Kyle?
Hold on.
What do you want, Kyle?
Well, my friends have made up a plan to break into the town to save the hostages, and I know you don't want to expend resources on the rescue, but could you use those tanks you got that are parked outside the town to cover us while we break in and rescue everyone?
Sorry, Kyle, but I can't deal with every terrorist that wants to make a name for themselves. The sooner this is over, the better.
Well, I think you're a pussy.
Excuse me?
You heard me. You're too scared to send in those tanks because you're too afraid to show your ex-boyfriend that you've got the power.
Yeah, this is sweet. This worked well the last time, you guys.
Too afraid to show Mr. Slave who the real man is, while you're commander-in-chief and he's not.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, commander-in-chief.
All right, you little shit. You want your cover, you got it. General, I got new orders for you.
There. They're on board.
Wow. Thanks, Kyle.
What changed your mind?
I didn't give him much choice.
What do you mean?
I'll explain later.
Well, I guess that's the plan settled. We'll set out tomorrow in the afternoon, before the adults launch the attack on the day after. We'll have a head start. Get some rest, everyone. We've got a long day ahead of us.
Call girl, Mysterion, can I talk to you for a minute?
Sure.
Of course, cuz.
Listen, can you guys meet me later on in the garage? Without our superhero gear, because I invited Stan's dad to come over. There's something big that I found that all three of you need to see, and it's probably best if our superhero secret identities weren't pulled into the mix.
What's so important?
I found something regarding my research into your hidden netherborn abilities, Mysterion. It'll all make sense later on, just trust me, okay?
Okay, well, see you there.
What are you doing with my iPad? Why is my family history on your iPad? Ah, shit. And why does it say that I'm related to aliens?
your eye lasers.
What about them?
They're actually real.
What?
You said they were just pretend, right?
Yeah, and there were no lasers coming out of my eyes. I don't know why people were saying that they were CGI. I thought there were no eye lasers at all, like it was just pretend.
Well, turns out it's not. It isn't pretend. It isn't CGI, and I've heard stories from the people who are at the receiving end of your eye lasers. They felt it. They're real, alright.
What?
So I did some digging and managed to get your DNA sample. I ran a scan and found out you're an alien-human hybrid. And it led me to some conspiracy websites of 2 alien kids crashing in Jersey in 1961, growing up and meeting a Jewish family and having kids with them. Everything I found is in here. Look, I don't have time to explain everything I found, so here. You ever read through that and see what I found? If you get locked out, the password is 6125. Thanks for coming, Mr. Marsh.
Liam, what's going on? You said it was important.
Alright, there's no point making this over dramatic, so I'll just come out and say it. I can bring Stan back to life.
Really?
Really? Huh?
No, not really. But you can, Kenny.
Uh-huh.
He can?
He can?
Yeah. I've been doing some research on some of your netherborn abilities you haven't discovered yet by analyzing a full digital copy of the Necronomicon that I got from the Goth Kids. Kenny, you don't just have the ability to bring yourself back to life, but the ability to bring others back as well. The ritual is called the Blood of an Immortal. Because you're a netherborn, Ken, you can perform it on any deceased life form, and they'll come back to life the same way you do. In a new body, retaining full memories before your death, and no genetic defects.
And you're telling us this now? When it could have helped us earlier?
I've only just discovered it now.
Oh.
Besides, if this wouldn't work, then I wouldn't want to give your hopes up. Or mine. But there is a catch to this. The ritual is like a demo version or a try before you buy version of your curse, Kenny. So, unlike when people won't remember you dying, they will remember Stan dying. And you always lose something when you die and come back to life. Your curse makes sure that you don't, Ked, but like I said, demo version, so Stan will lose something of himself. But it's something he can easily get back over time, of course, because of how sophisticated your curse is.
Like what?
The ability to love, the ability to hate, remembering how to breathe. If we do this, then we have to help him get back what he might be missing. So what do you say? Here, Ken. The blade is comprised of 60% copper, 20% iron, 10% tungsten, and 10% moissanite. The ceremonial handle was optional and just plain ridiculous, so I just added a regular blade handle. According to the book, it's used as a medium to channel your netherborn powers through you to the person you're trying to resurrect. Just remember, guys, what I said about him losing something of himself.
As long as I get him back, I don't care. I lost him once. I'm not losing him again.
So, we're doing it in a forest, huh?
Ken, did you finish reading the part of what you need to do in the ritual? Glitter, Ritisa, Roota, Butteris, Priesta, Childa, Peda, Filaris, Raper, Button, Fucker, Duckeris, Rabber, Dicker, Sucker, Cuckeris.
What's so funny?
Well, the way he's saying it, it's...
It's what?
Well, the chant sounds like clitoris and pedophile priests and...
Do you think this is the time to be making jokes? Your son is dead, and we're trying to bring him back to life. And you can't find it in yourself to be serious about this?
No, you're right. Sorry, I'll try to be serious about this.
Good! Please, continue, Kenny.
Glitter, Ritissa, Ruta, Butteris, Priesta, Childa, Peda, Fillerist, Raper, Button, Fucker, Duckerist, Grabber, Dicker, Sucker, Cockerist, Glitter, Ritissa, Ruta, Butteris, Priesta, Childa, Peda, Fillerist, Raper, Button, Fucker, Duckerist, Grabber, Digger, Sucker, Cockerist. Wendy? Now hold on. Don't freak out. This was part of the ritual. I told you this was going to happen. He's probably being reborn in a new body as we speak. That was just probably his old body showing its temporary signs of life, so his mind and soul can make a clean transition to its new body. Question is, where is it?
So instead of names now, we give children numbers instead. This makes it easier for authorities to identify them and neutralize misbehaving children and catalog them. They earn the right to have names when they reach the age of 18, when they're responsible enough. And that's when their parents choose their names.
Well, is that really necessary? I know this is excessive, Sharon, but we have no choice. This generation is a failure. We have to make sure they become the leaders of tomorrow we intend them to be. Well, at least I'm not having any kids anytime soon to labor a number on. No offense.
None taken. Would you like to review the current newborn numbers?
Of course. Let's see what... What?
You somehow spontaneously fell pregnant. We brought you in for emergency treatment. Congratulations, it's a healthy young boy.
So what number you gonna give him, Sharon?
How to explain it, Mrs. Marsh, but your son has grown 10 years old in a matter of minutes.
What? That's ridiculous.
You become spontaneously pregnant and have a kid that grew 10 years old in a matter of minutes, and you call me ridiculous? That's rich. Go on, see for yourself.
Mom? Where am I?
You okay back there, Carl?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Joe, status of civilian targets evacuated.
Thanks to the P.D.S's mandatory curfew in the town, it has forced all remaining civilians in the town to stay in their homes past 8 p.m. There's also kids being held overnight in solitary confinement cells at the school. And the P.D.S has control over Hell's Pass Hospital as well,
Marking targets. I've also just checked the hospital records. Apparently Stam's mom has been admitted in for going into labor. You don't think... I can't explain it either. 1 minute I'm laying in Wendy's arms, dying. Next thing I remember is waking up again and seeing Kenny, Dad, Liam, and Wendy in a forest. Next thing you know, I wake up here.
Ma'am, we're under attack. We have to evacuate the building.
Everybody in the town except for the hospital has been successfully transported, and people also loaded into the trucks as well. The last truck is inbound to the hospital, and we have at least 6 beacons left. There's Stan's mom!
Okay, ma'am, we've managed to bring all the patients in the upper and middle levels here in the canteen, but I don't understand why...
Mrs. Marsh, I got your text. Just take this and on my signal, push the button.
Advance! Advance!
Now!
Just the patients in the lower levels left. I'll make sure they get to the trucks.
I'll come with.
Freeze!
Stan?
Wendy?
This should counteract the vomiting butterfly effects you get from kissing. It's a rare condition. Surprised you got it.
Counteract the what?
Well, I can see you two are busy smooching, so I'll, leave you to it then.
I thought I died.
Shut up.
I'm really confused on what's going on right now.
Oh, still shut up.
Why did Kyle's mom kill me?
Oh, please shut up. Don't you ever do that again. You hear me? Don't do that again. Don't leave me ever again.
Everyone's loaded in the truck, and we're fresh out of beacons.
That's our cue to leave. Call girl, Stan, we gotta go.
Here, I brought your superhero costume, just in case.
Thanks, Wendy.
Try not to think about it. We gotta get out of here.
Stop right there! You aren't stepping 1 foot in that truck! You're coming with me! What?
Believe me, I can't explain it either.
Doesn't matter, because I'm going to lock you up forever!
Mom, stop! What's gotten into you?
Kyle? You are in big trouble, young man!
Not as much as you.
We'll hold them off. Do what you need to do.
This is for stealing Liam's helium supply, you son of a bitch.
9 minutes, Kyle.
Why, Mom? Why are you doing all of this?
Because kids in this day and age are making terrible mistakes. They're eating Tide Pods, shooting up schools, making success of the internet, and depraving the real world of jobs and employment. And then there's this Jake Paul character making dangerous and stupid decisions and being a terrible role model for our generation. That's why I'm doing this, Kyle. The parental dominion supremacy is here to steer our generation back on track.
Mom, no one in this town likes Jake Paul.
Oh. Really?
Yes. We all know he's a terrible role model. Do you see us kids going around doing the same shit he does? And singing It's Every Day, bro? No. I think you have misread us entirely and you didn't think when you made this P.D.S bullshit. By the way, where did you get all the money and the resources to do all this?
I can't tell you that, Kyle. All you need to know is that we have everyone's best interest at heart.
Your best interests are getting people killed.
There's nothing helpful about brainwashing at all. It just makes people into mindless drones. And there's another thing I need to ask you. Mom, are we aliens?
What? Aliens?
Well, one of my friends from school was doing some digging into our family history and found out we were related to aliens. I know that sounds crazy, but...
Yes.
What?
I was going to tell you one day when you were ready.
You knew and you didn't tell me?
Well, I wasn't expecting one of your friends from school to find out first.
Well, it's a good thing he did, because apparently the Kytians were more self-destructive than humans, and they destroyed their own world in a civil war. Mom, I'm scared to say it, but we have those same self-destructive genes. And if you continue what you're doing, you could kill us all too.
I'm not the Kytians, Kyle. I know what I'm doing. I have to see this through. If I don't do this, then all of this will be for nothing. I'm sorry, Bubby. I know this seems unfair to you, but no matter what you say, I'm still going to go through with this.
Then I'm sorry too. Please don't make me do this.
What? Kyle? You dare pull a gun on your own mother?
You're not giving me any choice, Mom. I don't want to shoot you. Please.
Kyle, you put down the gun right now, young man. Do you hear me?
Mom, stop.
Dude, we gotta go.
I gave Carl 9 minutes to try and convince you to surrender, but I knew deep down you weren't going to stop. This is for what you took from me, you fat fucking bitch.
Call girl, stop. Stop.
Let go!
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Stop, please.
She deserves it.
I know.
She took you away from me.
I know. I'm not going anywhere. But we can't stay here. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Everyone, shut the fuck up!
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome, babe.